Today we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions by whole numbers, which actually operation-wise, how you do it is going to be exactly the same as when we multiplied whole numbers by fractions. They're just going to be in a different place because remember, with multiplication you can switch out your numbers, switch them around, and it doesn't change the answer. However, what I want to look at is I want to look at the wording of the problems. Okay, so when you might come across this, because when you're multiplying a number by a fraction, it's almost like you're dividing, but you're getting your answer by multiplication. So I'm going to kind of show you this for a second. I have two examples of word problems on the board that I want to go over with you. So the first one, okay, Maria has 24 stickers. 1/3 of them were animals. How many were animals? Okay, so how many of her stickers were animals? So now she has 24. Now, what's really interesting is normally if you're finding part of her stickers, you wouldn't be multiplying because multiplying usually makes the number bigger. But remember that if we multiply by something less than 1, it's actually going to decrease our number. So if you're finding 1/3 of something, you're splitting 24 into 3 equal groups, right? So she has 24 stickers. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So let's say those are her 24 stickers. If you want to know what 1/3 of those 24 stickers are, you would divide it into 3 groups, right? So 1 equal group, 2 equal groups, 3 equal groups, all right? And then 1/3, each of these groups is 1/3 of the total. And so 1/3 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stickers. So 1/3 of her stickers would equal 8. So while it does, when you're finding a fraction of a number, you are kind of doing division because you're finding a part of a whole number. But you can find that part with multiplication. Okay, how do we know? Right here, it's this word. If you are finding a fraction of a number, you're going to multiply. So we need to find 1/3 of them. What is them? Them is the stickers. How many stickers are there? 24. So we can find this answer this way, or we can find this answer by multiplying. And we would multiply, I'll find a nice, I guess we'll use this color, 1/3 of, okay, 1/3 of, so we want to think of that as multiplication. 1/3 of 24. And then we just do what we did the other day, which is if you're going to multiply by a whole number, you have to turn it into a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. And then you just multiply across the top. 1 times 24 is 24. And you multiply across the bottom. 3 times 1 is 3. And you get 24/3. Okay? If you were going to turn 24/3 into a mixed number, 3 goes into 24 exactly 8 times with no leftovers. So that's where your 8 comes from. So you can see it this way as division, but you can also see how multiplication is going to get you the same answer. So really, the way that we multiply is not different, but what I want to pay attention to is this language. You're finding a fraction of a number. If you're finding a fraction of a number written like that, then you're going to multiply to do that. Okay, so let's look at this one. Caleb had 3 pounds of candy left after his party. He ate 4/5 of that amount. How much candy did he eat? Okay, so how much candy did he eat is our question. He ate 4/5 of. There's our magic word. We're looking for a fraction of a number. So if you're looking for a fraction of a number, you're going to multiply. So you're looking for 4/5 of that amount. Well, what is that amount? That amount is candy. Okay, how much candy does he have? Oh, here we go, 3 pounds. So we're going to find that by doing 4/5 of 3 pounds. So 4/5 of, okay, 3 pounds. So here's our multiplication sign is of 3 pounds. In order to multiply, we have to turn this into a fraction. We'll put a 1 underneath it. Then we can just multiply across. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. It's an improper fraction, so we have to turn it into a mixed number. So to do that, we would say, okay, how many 5s can make out of 12? 12 divided by 5 goes in there 2 times with 2 left over. So I can make 2 wholes with 2 leftovers. 2 leftover whats? 2 leftover fifths. So that's going to make 2 and 2/5. Then I would just have to make sure that the fraction was in simplest form, but I already know that that fraction's in simplest form. So again, the procedure is the same when you're multiplying. If the fraction's first and the whole number is second, it's going to be the same. You still have to turn the whole number into a fraction, you multiply across, and you put it in simplest form. What I want you to pay attention to is the language, okay? Because it will sound like division, which it is, 1/3 of them, okay? So you have to figure out what 1/3 of the stickers was, but you can also get that by multiplying. So when you're finding a fraction of a number, you can multiply in order to find that amount.